Hello, I'm Tilly and welcome to my kitchen. So it's a strange one today because what I've done is I've sold some furniture out of my house to buy some food. Now that might seem a bit odd, um, but we used to be a family of four. So we had my two daughters living here. Unfortunately, one of my daughters passed away a few years ago. My other daughter is living with her partner. So there's only me and Neil here now. And the little bedroom had furniture in it, a bed, um, bedside cabinets and wardrobes, and everything that you'd find in a bedroom. So what I've done is I've emptied the bedroom as much as I possibly can, and I've sold the furniture to make room for the stuff that's going into storage, my prepping stuff, and so I've got some money to buy food. So I did a big shop at Asda's with the essentials range. Now I got a lot of food, mostly tinned, like pastas and porridge oats and things that will keep. So I've turned my furniture into food. So I know not everybody can do this, but we are in a fortunate position where we was able to do that. Now it's only a little bedroom. We call them a box room in the UK because it's a small box type room. It's very small, but I've now got that room to use as my storeroom for all my prepping stuff. And I'm pointing over here because this is where I've got my table full of food. For it's a yellow table, well, not a yellow table. It's a table full of yellow things, mostly this essentials range. And I got a lot of food for I think it was just over £100, 110, £15, something like that. And a lot of this food, and this is chicken soup, and it was 24p, and I got three. Now you can only buy three of this range at a time, because they don't want everybody going in and just buying the whole lot. Understandably, we are all in this together, so we all need to be able to get these cheaper foods. But 24p for a tin of soup. Now, when you're looking at the Heinz, for instance, you're looking at about £1.40 for one tin of soup. This is 24p. So I'm going to do a video. It's actually set out like a display stand at the moment, because it's ready for me to record the video to show you what I've actually bought. So I was able to turn my wardrobe, bedside table and all that sort of stuff into a whole pile of food. My theory is you can't eat trinkets. So anything that I've got that I can sell, I'm going to do that, because I'm 58 years old and I've got a lot of stuff that I've hoarded, really, because there's a lot of stuff in the house that I don't need, that we don't need. So I'm going to sell as much as I possibly can to try and turn it into food. So that's my plan at the moment, and I've got a whole table full of food there. I've put some of it in the freezer, some of it is freezer food, some of it is fridge food. So I've got to get that out and I like to write all the prices on. So for one, I can easily tell you how much everything has cost, and for two, I can see how much it's cost me later on down the lane when to see if things are going up, which they obviously are. I mean, cooking oil, the prices of cooking oil is going through the roof at the moment. Now, I just wanted to share with you I've made some notes. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that I'm doing at the moment. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to mention. I had my Asda order delivered. I ordered it online, and I got a delivery slot between 8 and 10 o'clock at night. And because it was a late slot, it only cost me £2.50 to have it delivered. So excuse me, it would have cost me a lot more in fuel to go and get it, because we live quite rural, and it would have certainly cost me way more than £2.50 to go and collect it. And I also got my neighbours shopping on the same order, because she lives on her own. So I think it's always nice if you can group together and do deliveries and do things together to help the local community. So I did two orders on one, which is why I'm not quite sure exactly how much mine costs. I need to total it up. So Linda's order was not as big as mine, but we did manage to get both on the same order. So I was really pleased I was able to save her some money as well. Oh, I also picked up some pallets for my garden. So I'm always looking for bits of wood that I can either use in the garden or burn on my fire. We've got a burning fire. Aren't all fires burning? We've got a log burning fire. So any wood that I can find on the marketplace or anything like that, or I can use in the garden, I always try and get it if it's local to me. So I managed to get some more pallets for free, which I'm really pleased about, because I'm in the process of sorting out the garden to grow our own fruit and veg. So I'm trying to organise it now so I can make all the raised beds and all that sort of stuff, so it's ready for the growing season. So I'm really excited about that, because next year I want to have loads of our own homegrown produce. So if you can't get fruit and veg and all that sort of stuff very easily, at least we'll have some at home that we've grown ourselves. So I was able to pick up some more pallets, so I'm really pleased about that. Another thing that I wanted to show you was one of the greatest presents my daughter Joanne has ever bought me, and it's this. It's a hot water bottle that goes around your neck, and it's so toasty and warm. It's lovely. I love it. So I sit there at night with this round my neck, crocheting away, and I love it. It's toasty warm, so nice, and sometimes I put my feet on it as well. But love it. So one of my best ever presents that anybody has ever bought me, and I've had this for a few years now, but I use it all the time. So if you can get hold of one of these like horseshoe shaped hot water bottles, well worth it. I don't know where she got it from. Just seeing if there's a label. Oh, Dunelm Mill. Dunelm. So she got it from Dunelm. So I don't know if they've still got them. Probably had it about 3 years. But if you can get hold of one, oh gosh, highly recommend it. It's lovely and soft, and obviously lovely and warm because it's a hot water bottle. Now, also I've got a book, Home Canning. So I've never done canning. I've done preserving and all that sort of stuff, but I've never done canning. And I've been looking into it quite a lot, and this was a book that was recommended. So I'm going to start doing home canning. So anything produce that we get, can it and give it a longer shelf life. So that only came yesterday, day before yesterday. So I've got that to look into and read and research. I've been looking on YouTube and everywhere, but haven't done any canning yet, but I'm getting ready. So what else was there? Oh, my shelving. So in the little bedroom where we sold the furniture from, I'm going to put some shelving to put my food, all my tins of stuff, and all the dry goods and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to put it on some shelving in that little bedroom. I've got two shelving units, like garage shelving units, which are in the shed. So we've got those out. Neil's been giving them a clean, just giving them a wipe over. I mean, one of them's a rusty old thing that I picked up a car boot years ago for £5. It's a really old metal, not pretty at all, but functionable. It does the job. We're going to put those two in the bedroom and use them for our canning storage. Now, I'm an avid crafter. I do all sorts of crafts, love crafting, but because I've been crafting for so many years, I've got lots of stuff. I don't mean the stuff that I've actually made, I mean the stuff that you buy to make things with, like machinery, equipment and bits and pieces, buttons, bangles and baubles, I like to call it, and it's stuff. So I'm going to start selling off a lot of my stuff because I've got so much, just crazy. So and I'm going to turn that into food. So I'm going to sell off all my craft stuff that I can bear to part with because I don't like parting with it. But like I said, you can't eat trinkets. So we've got to get the stuff in that is actually going to keep us alive, because all these bits and pieces that we have around the house is not going to keep us alive. It's just stuff, and it's just clutter really. So it's a good opportunity to get rid of all that stuff, get some money in hopefully, and turn it into food. Now I'm doing my garden, like I said, I'm turning my garden. It's just a grass area. It's out that way because I'm pointing over there as if you can see it. So it's just a grass area with a bit of a border, and I'm going to turn it into like an allotment, a veg patch. So I'm making raised beds. I'm going to grow as much produce as I possibly can, and I've got a lot of stuff that I can make it with. And my conservatory, I haven't got a greenhouse, so my conservatory is going to be my greenhouse. So we'll see how that one works out, but it's going to be used as a greenhouse because if it can help make food, then everything is good. So I'm going to use the greenhouse, the conservatory, as my greenhouse. Always say yes to green stuff, to free stuff, got written down here. Always say yes to free stuff. If somebody says, do you want? You say yes, please. Well, I do anyway. I say yes, please, because even if I can't use it, there's always somebody I know that can use it. So I like to be able to give things as much as I possibly can. And also a lot of my craft stuff I have given away, and I do share it, and I love to give to other people that are going to get as much enjoyment out of it as I do. So always say yes to free stuff, because there will always be somebody around that will want it. Food banks. Now I've got that big order there with a lot of this tin stuff, and I'm going to give 10% of it to food banks, because I think we're quite fortunate, Neil and I, we're quite fortunate really that I've got bedroom furniture that I can sell, craft things that I can sell, and I know not everybody has, and it is getting so difficult for people to survive now, and things are going to get tougher. So all this, what I call the long life stuff, whatever I get of the long life stuff, I'm going to give it to food banks. And there are so many people that have no choice but to use food banks, because everything is just so expensive now, and it's going to get so much worse. So that's my little contribution to helping out as much as I can. Well, I say mine and Neil's. Oh, excuse me. So if you can help, then I feel like I should help. We're not wealthy people by any stretch, not the slightest bit. We haven't got savings, we haven't got jewellery that we can sell, we haven't got expensive stuff at all. So we're not wealthy people, but we do all right. We're managing at the moment, and I know a lot of people are not even managing now. Even if they're working 2 full-time jobs, they're not bringing in enough in to be able to survive, and it actually breaks my heart. It is just so sad what everybody's having to go through at the moment, and it's only going to get worse, because not only are all the prices going to keep going up, but things are going to become more scarce in the shops, that you're not going to be able to get just simple produce like this, because it's all going to be gone. It's going to be with the cost of fuel, and everything that's happening, there's not going to be the produce in the shops, and it's really quite worrying. So Oh, making ghee. I've made some ghee. Oh, let me just get it. I should have had this ready. So my ghee. I made this and it is just wonderful. It's butter that you just boil. You get rid of all the sugars and the proteins, and it keeps then for ages. And if you do it in hot jars and put the hot butter or the hot ghee into the hot jars and seal it straight away with the lids, so it proper seals it, vacuum seals it, keeps shelf life for a long, long, long months, if not years, and it's wonderful, wonderful stuff. So I've made some, used some, and need to make some more. My mum used to make ghee. Because when we was kids we didn't have fridges and freezers and all that sort of stuff, because I'm really old. So my mum used to make ghee out of butter and also out of cream. It's mostly, well, I think it originated from the Indian cultures use a lot of ghee, and they have it on like things like rice and chapatis and all sorts of things, and it's got a lot of health benefits, as well as being able to store like butter on a shelf, not having to put it in the fridge. It keeps and keeps and keeps, so it's a really good thing to have in our prepping storeroom. So I will be making some more ghee, that's for sure. And it's so nice. It's got a nuttier flavour than butter, but it's really, really nice. Now, was there anything else that I was going to tell you about? I have to make notes because I've got a memory like a sieve. So that's about it, what I was going to tell you. I think that's all my notes. Now, we might be having my daughter and her partner coming to live with us. We're not sure yet, but they might be. So, I mean, I'll be delighted. I must say, I'd be delighted for them to come back and live here. But they're a bit up in the air at the moment, not quite sure, with finances and the way things are. So I would be quite happy for them to come stay with us because we're getting stuff in. They're not in a position to do any prepping at all. They're just not in that position like so many other people. So we're getting stuff in, and hopefully they'll come and live with us, which would be wonderful. I would love that. So that's my video for today. I hope that was helpful. I hope it gave you some ideas of what you might be able to do. I know not everybody's got stuff to sell. I know that. Just got to do the best we can. We will get through this together. I'm going to keep making videos, and anything that I find I'm going to share on my videos to hopefully help other people out. But we are in this together. We've all got to help each other, and we will get through it. We will get through it. Just stay strong, stay safe, and I love you all. Bye for now.